Hello, everyone. Today I will tell you a story. The story is titled, Cats Teach Their Owners How to Sleep Well. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you appreciate me. You can skip this if you don't like this video. Thank you very much. The story begins as follows. It was 2 a.m., and Sarah was wide awake. The soft hum of the fan in the corner of her room was supposed to lull her to sleep, but it wasn't working. She had tried everything, warm milk, a cozy blanket, even counting sheep, but nothing seemed to help. Her mind raced with thoughts of work, bills, and the never-ending list of things she needed to do. Sarah tossed and turned in her bed, trying to find a comfortable position, but it was impossible. The pillow was too fluffy, the sheets were too tight, and the blanket was too warm. She sighed deeply, pulling the blanket off her body and letting her feet stick out. As she lay there, staring at the ceiling, she heard a soft thud. Looking down, she saw her two cats, Whiskers, the playful tabby, and Muffin, the fluffy Persian, walking into the room. Both cats had that relaxed, almost smug look on their faces that only cats could pull off. Whiskers jumped onto the bed, curling up next to Sarah's legs. Muffin, as usual, climbed onto the top of the bed, directly on Sarah's pillow. "Seriously, guys?" Sarah muttered, but neither of the cats seemed to care. Muffin sprawled out like she owned the place, and Whiskers purred contentedly at the foot of the bed. Sarah rolled her eyes, but as she lay there, frustrated, something strange started to happen. Whiskers shifted into the perfect sleeping position, his little paws tucked under him, and his body relaxed completely. Muffin, not to be outdone, curled into a tight ball with her tail wrapped around her body, purring louder than a small engine. Sarah watched them, her own exhaustion slowly creeping up on her. "How do they do it?" she whispered to herself. "They sleep like they've been awake for 5 minutes, and I've been tossing and turning for hours." It was then that a thought crossed her mind. Maybe, just maybe, the cats knew something she didn't. After all, they spent the entire day napping in various positions and places. They were, without a doubt, experts in the art of sleep. "All right, Whiskers." "Muffin," Sarah said, propping herself up on one elbow. "If you two can sleep like that, maybe you can teach me how to do it." Both cats looked at her as if they understood. Whiskers gave a sleepy yawn, stretched, and then settled back into his position. Muffin lazily blinked her big eyes, and Sarah couldn't help but think that they might just be the best sleep coaches on the planet. The next day, Sarah decided to take her cats' sleeping habits more seriously. After all, who better to learn the art of sleep from than professional nappers? She decided to observe them closely, hoping to uncover their secret techniques. She started with Whiskers, who was always the first to nap. As Sarah sat down on the couch, she saw him immediately flop onto his side with an exaggerated stretch. He rolled over onto his back, exposing his soft belly, and then closed his eyes. Within minutes, his breathing slowed, and he was out cold. Sarah couldn't help but laugh. "So it's all about the belly-up position, huh?" she mused. But as soon as she thought she had figured it out, Whiskers shifted positions. He flipped over to his side, curling his paws beneath him in a neat, tucked-up ball. Sarah's eyes widened. "That's it, isn't it? The secret's in the curl." She took notes on her phone. Whiskers' method: find a cozy spot, stretch, roll over onto your back, then switch it up and curl up like a little ball. Rinse and repeat. Next, it was Muffin's turn. Muffin was more of a diva when it came to naps. She had a special spot on the windowsill, where she would position herself as if she were a queen on a throne. Muffin's routine was completely different from Whiskers. Sarah watched carefully as Muffin walked over to her throne, circled around it twice, and then plopped herself down. With a few luxurious stretches, Muffin lay down with her head tucked under her paw, her body forming a perfect little pillow for to fluff. Sarah tried to imitate her. She stood up, stretched, then sat on the couch and arranged her pillow just like Muffin. She made sure to circle around it a few times, just like Muffin did in her windowsill throne. "Not bad," she thought, "but I don't think I'm pulling off the royal aura quite as well." After a few moments, Sarah took Muffin's position on the couch, curled her body in a similar way, and placed her head on the pillow. Immediately, she felt a sense of calm wash over her. I think this works," she thought. Sarah was getting into the groove of things. Over the next few days, she carefully watched her cats, trying to unlock the secret to their sleep success. Whisker's ability to nap anywhere, on a chair, the floor, or even the laundry basket, was admirable. It was clear that Whiskers didn't let anything disrupt his ability to sleep. Muffin, on the other hand, was a firm believer in quality over quantity, preferring to nap in the most luxurious spots in the house, often giving Sarah judgmental glances if her own napping spot didn't meet Muffin's high standards. Sarah followed their advice. She began to treat sleep like an art, approaching it with intention. She found that stretching before bed helped relax her muscles, much like Whisker's pre-nap rituals. She learned to find comfort in creating the perfect space, just like Muffin did with her throne. Sarah also discovered the importance of avoiding distractions, like bright lights or screens, which had often kept her awake at night. Within a week, Sarah started to notice dramatic improvements in her sleep. She was falling asleep faster and waking up feeling more rested. The key, she realized, wasn't just about finding the perfect sleep position or the ideal nap spot. It was about being present in the moment and letting go of stress. One evening, after practicing the new feline sleep methods, Sarah finally slipped into bed, feeling a sense of calm she hadn't felt in ages. She stretched, tucked herself in, and then curled up with her pillow. She felt relaxed, her mind quiet and free of the usual worries that kept her awake. For the first time in a long while, Sarah felt herself drifting off to sleep without the usual struggle. As she dozed off, Whiskers jumped up on the bed, snuggling next to her feet, and Muffin curled up on her pillow. Sarah smiled. "Thanks, guys. You really do know how to sleep." And as Sarah slept soundly that night, Whiskers and Muffin, true sleep experts, settled in for yet another nap, teaching their owner the greatest lesson of all. Sleep isn't just about resting. It's about embracing the art of relaxation. From then on, Sarah never had trouble falling asleep again, and she often found herself watching her cats in awe as they demonstrated the true meaning of peaceful slumber.